Hi friends, welcome back to SPK English Academy. This is a YouTube channel for learning English literature and English grammar. Today we are going to discuss William Shakespeare, one of the greatest figure of English literature. So Shakespeare was the dominant figure of Elizabethan age. So that's why Elizabethan age is also called as Shakespearean age. He was the world famous dramatist. Now we have to look at his literary career and his personal life. See, most of Shakespeare's career unfolded during the monarchy of Elizabeth I, the queen from whom the historical period of the bard's life takes its name as Elizabethan age. She came to power under the turbulent circumstances in 1558 and ruled until 1603. Elizabethan age is called as the golden age in the British history and in English literature also, because there was a rapid development in the history of English literature in all kinds of genre literature, in poetry, in drama, and also essays. So that's why this age is called as golden age in the history of English literature. See, William Shakespeare was an English playwright, poet, and actor, widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language and the world's greatest dramatist. He is often called England's national poet and the Bard of Avon. His extant works, including collaborations, consist of some 39 plays, 154 sonnets, 3 long narrative poems, and a few other verses, some of uncertain authorship. His plays have been translated into every major living language and are performed more often than those of any other playwright. They also continue to be studied and reinterpreted always. He was born and raised in Stratford upon Avon, Warwickshire. At the age of 18, he married Anne Hathaway, with whom he had 3 children. His children are Susan and twins Hamnet and Judith. Sometimes between 1585 and 1595, he began a successful career in London as an actor, writer, and part owner of a playing company called the Lord Chamberlain's Men, later known as the King's Men. In 1599, he became the partner in the ownership of the Globe Theatre, and in 1608, he was part owner of the Blackfriars Theatre. His father, John Shakespeare, was successful in the leather business during Shakespeare's early childhood, but later met with financial difficulties during his prosperous years. His father was also involved in municipal affairs, holding the offices of alderman and bailiff during the 1560s. Much of his work clearly depends on a knowledge of Roman comedy, ancient history, and classical mythology. So because of his great contribution, that Ben Jonson, the contemporary of William Shakespeare, commented on him. Shakespeare had small Latin and less Greek. So this comment was asked in many of the previous UGC NET question papers and also set question papers of many states. Now we have to look at the classification of his plays. First, to look at comedies. So what do you mean by comedy? Now to know the meaning of comedy. Comedy refers to drama that provokes laughter at human behavior, usually involving romantic love and with a happy ending. All of Shakespeare's comedies are driven by love. Love in his comedies is stronger than the inertia of custom, the power of evil, or the fortunes of chance and time. 18 plays are generally considered as comedies. Look, early comedies of Shakespeare. The Comedy of Error, Two Gentlemen of Verona, Taming of Shrew. Then middle comedies, Love's Labour's Lost, A Midsummer Night's Dream, The Merchant of Venice, The Merry Wives of the Windsor, Much Ado Nothing, As You Like It, and Twelfth Night. Tragic comedies or problem plays. Troilus and Cressida, Major per Measure, All is Well that Ends Well are regarded as tragic comedies or problem plays. Romances, Pericles, Cymbeline, The Winter's Tale, The Tempest, and The Two Noble Kinsmen are regarded as the romances of Shakespeare. Now to look at tragedies. You know, Shakespeare is both famous for tragedies and comedies. A tragedy is a drama dealing with a noble protagonist placed in a highly successful and trustful situation that leads to a disastrous, usually fatal conclusion. The 10 plays generally included among Shakespeare's tragedies are Titus Andronicus, Romeo and Juliet, Julius and Caesar, Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, Antonio and Cleopatra, Coriolanus, and Timon of Athens. So these are important tragedies. Among these 10 tragedies, 4 are regarded as the greatest and most developed tragedies of Shakespeare. Those 4 tragedies are Hamlet, Othello, Macbeth, and King Lear. Now to look at historical plays of Shakespeare. Shakespeare 10 plays deal with events in English history. Minor tetralogy, Henry VI 3 parts and Richard 3. Second drama, King John. Next major tetralogy, Richard II, Henry IV 2 parts, Henry V. Last one, Henry VIII. So the tetralogies are Shakespeare's major achievement in the histories and deal with English history from 1398 to 1485. Now look at problem plays. 3 of Shakespeare's comedies are regarded as great problem plays. All is Well that Ends Well, Major for Major, Troilus and Cressida are problem plays of Shakespeare. Now to look at romantic plays. Shakespeare's late comedies are regarded as romantic plays. Those are Pericles, Cymbeline, The Winter's Tale, and The Tempest. You know also, Tempest is the last drama written by Shakespeare. So besides writing world famous tragedies and comedies, Shakespeare also wrote 2 great poems. Those are Shakespeare's first published works were 2 narrative poems, Venus and Adonis, which was published in 1593, and another one long poem, that is The Rape of Lucrece, which was published in 1594. In 1599, a volume of poetry entitled The Passionate Pilgrimage was published and attributed entirely to Shakespeare. A Love Elegy, The Phoenix and the Turtle was published in 1601. So, apart from these 39 plays and also 3 or 4 great poems, Shakespeare is also popular and famous for his sonnets. He totally wrote 154 sonnets. Shakespeare's sonnets are by far his most important non-dramatic poetry. They were first published in 1609. His sonnets were first published in 1609, although many of them had certainly been circulated privately before this, and it is generally agreed that The poems were written sometimes in 1690s. Scholars have long debated the order of the poems and the degree of autobiographical elements and content in sonnets. The first 126 of 154 sonnets are addressed to a young man whose identity has long intrigued scholars. The publisher, Thomas Thorpe, wrote a dedication to the first edition in which he claimed that a person with the initials WH had inspired the sonnets. Some have thought these letters to be the transposed initials of Henry Wriothesley, the third Earl of Southampton, to whom Shakespeare dedicated Venus and Adonis and his long narrative poem Rape of Lucrece. Or they are possibly the initials of William Herbert, the third Earl of Pembroke, whose connection with Shakespeare is more tenuous. The identity of the Dark Lady addressed in sonnets 127 to 152 has also been the object of major conjecture but no proof. The sonnets are marked by the recurring themes of beauty, youthful beauty, ravaged by time, and the ability of love and art to transcend time and even death. So these are the greatest sonnets and plays and two poems written by William Shakespeare. So thank you for watching this video. Please share, like and comment, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel SBK English Academy. You can contact on this number also.